Hey guys, welcome back to our Ask the Roofer non-guest series. Nobody feel awkward with no one beside me. But we got a great question on our anatomy of a roof infographic. Lecky asked us a question. Lecky, I'm so sorry if I butcher your name. I'm terrified to try to say your last name. But she asked, is it possible for someone to habitat in a roofing space for a prolonged period of time, like turn it into living quarters, something that affects? So is it possible to build out your attic space, live up there, or build it out into living quarters? Yes, very much so. The biggest struggle most of the time with an attic space is the way most houses, modern houses, have engineered trusses. So they're 2x4 trusses or 2x6 trusses, but they've got webbing and cross braces all throughout them. So having an open space is almost impossible. Older homes are more likely to have just straight rafters and ceiling joists, but that's the first hindrance. That can be, you can engineer around that. I very much suggest having an engineer look at that if you want to do it. It's not that expensive, but they can just tell you, hey, you need this size beam above and this size beam below to get that same strength that you do out of an engineered truss. So that's the big hindrance. Once you get past that, the sky's the limit. Well, actually the roof is the limit, but you can build out whatever you want in that space. It's just like your living space below. The main two things to keep in mind is, one, under your shingles, you always want airflow under your shingles. We've talked about this several times in different videos, but that ventilation prevents your shingles from aging quicker and overheating. Your shingles get very hot as is, but cool air from that ventilation going underneath keeps them from overheating and keeps them from aging quicker than they should. So that's one key thing. The second thing is you always want insulation between your living space and the outside world. So insulation directly outside of the walls of whatever you build in your attic, or insulation outside of that ventilation area under the shingles. Either of those areas are great, but you want some kind of insulation from the outside world, because without that you'll see a lot of temperature difference and temperature changes throughout the day. And it can also, if you get extreme temperature changes, it can damage your sheetrock and damage your paint because it moves, it expands and contracts. So try to keep that within a very small range. So those are the two main considerations I would put out there. We don't do that kind of work typically. Most of the time we'll partner up with a general contractor that does interior work, because we don't do a lot with sheetrock and painting and that sort of stuff. Not in that aspect at least. So those are my 2 cents on the subject. If you have any other questions, please put them in the comments. If you have any other thoughts on the matter, we'd love to hear from you, and thanks again for watching. Thanks for watching another episode of our Ask the Roofer video series. If you like the content, please like, share, or subscribe here on Facebook or on our YouTube channel, whichever way you prefer to see it. And if you have questions, we'd love to get your input, see what you want to learn about, and do our best to help explain those things to you.